is enough said.
Happy Monday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are having a beautiful Monday so far. You know we preach positivity here at Miami Heat Talk. So I know you guys, it's the beginning of the work week. The grind is going on. But remember, if you were blessed this morning, if you woke up and you're not sitting in a hospital bed, unfortunately going through a really difficult situation, you're already winning. So look at the glass half full. Get happy, show some support and positivity by smashing that like button, and please don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell to get all the updates. Now that we got that out the way, please join me as we go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. And remember, guys, we got 3 more days. My daughter has been going up first and second in Toddler of the Year. You guys have been knocking it out the park supporting. Please, guys, I'll leave a link in the description. Click it. We get 1 free vote per day. You got to have Facebook to post, but you get a free vote. If you want to donate and do more, that really means a lot to me. A lot of you guys have donated. Thank y'all so much. Y'all the real MVPs. But in today's episode, you guys, I want to piggyback on what I talked about 2 days ago. I talked about the possibility of the Miami Heat going after Nikola Vučević. I did post a short about it earlier today because there was an update, but I want to talk about it a little bit. And the reason why I'm talking about it, you guys, is because this situation is getting really difficult. I mentioned a couple days ago that it was reported by Jake Fisher that if the Chicago Bulls cannot find a trade partner for Vucevic, they will buy him out. Now, I've done a few, updates for you guys, giving you guys a few different ideas on what they can do, but it's basically centered around Terry Rozier's contract and a potential second-round draft pick. Now, the Heat could include 2 future second-round draft picks and Terry Rozier to get Nikola Vučević. And for people that think that that trade is not good for the Bulls, it is, because they're going to buy him out anyways. And if you're trading for Terry Rozier, his contract's also expiring, but you're going to get 1 to 2 future second-round draft picks. But I know Terry Rozier's going through this NBA gambling investigative thing, and I know people are saying that he's untradeable. Not really. I mean, if he's found guilty of these charges, he's released, and he will not get paid any of his salary. So this actually works better for Chicago, because instead of buying out Vucevic, you can trade him for a player and let his contract either expire, or you ain't got to worry about it. But you're still getting second-round draft capital. But the Washington Wizards didn't want to do that. The Miami Heat offered something like that to Washington, and they ended up releasing Marcus Smart. Now, there was a report today by Jake Fisher that piggybacked off of this, where he said the buyout may not happen until mid-season. And we've seen that happen a lot in the NBA, you guys, where players are bought out mid-season, they become available. This is why it's very important for the Miami Heat to try to stay under the first and the second apron line, because when you're a first apron team, you can't sign a buyout player that was making more than the mid-level exception. So that is Vucevic. But if you're a second apron team, you can't sign a buyout player at all. So it is important for the Miami Heat to stay under the first apron. Also, we have that biannual exception. We can offer a guy like Vucevic a 2-year contract worth about $10 to $11 million. But we've talked about all that in the recent episode. This is just a recap. The real question I want to talk about today is, where does Vuce fit with this Miami Heat roster? Where does Nikola Vučević fit? And I'm doing this episode because a lot of you guys have in the comments been talking about this, because I've been saying that you have a starting lineup of Kel'el Ware, Bam Adebayo, Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, and Tyler Hero. That's a better starting lineup than last season. Or you can start Davion Mitchell and have Norman Powell come off your bench. You're also going to keep Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic. You have the rookie Kasparis Jonas. You have Haywood Highsmith. You have Simone Fontecchio. You have a deep roster that's going to have fun this year. But if you add Vucevic to this roster, we're only getting better. We don't have a backup center. Technically, our backup center power forward is Nikola Jovic. So bringing in Vucevic can really work. But the question is, would Vuce come off the bench, or would he start? I'm here to tell you guys that doesn't matter. Honestly. Really. if you're going to start Vuce next to Bam, it works. Vuce is an offensive-minded center. Averaged 18.5 points, 10 rebounds. He's a facilitator, too. He's a center that can pass. He averaged 53% from the field, 40% from the three-point line. And Kel'el Ware did play backup center last year. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to stunt the development of Kel'el Ware. I'd prefer if Ware start next to Bam Adebayo because you want to build that. You want to build Kel'el Ware and Bam Adebayo next to each other. So if you're bringing Nikola Vučević here, you're selling him on the idea of coming off the bench. Is that likely or not? That's the thing. But I'll be honest with you guys. If Vuce starts at the center and Bam at the power forward and you have Kel'el Ware coming off the bench, that's a pretty deep power rotation as well. And you're sprinkling in a little Nikola Jovic there. I will say this, though. If you pick up Vucevic, you may have to get rid of Jaime Jaquez or Jovic. I don't think there's going to be enough minutes for either one of those. And you can try to ship one of them off and try to get a future first-round draft pick. That's what I'd be doing, you know. If I get Vucevic, it's kind of dead in the water for one of these two players. Maybe not. Spo can find rotation for all of them. But if you're bringing in Vucevic, you guys, he averaged 30 minutes a game last year. If you're bringing him off the bench, he's probably going to average about 20 to 25 minutes. So there's not really going to be a lot of time for Jovic, honestly. I mean, you can trade Jaime and you can have Jovic as your point forward running the second unit. That's a possibility as well. But the more players we have on this roster, the more depth that we have, the better it's going to be. So I'll be honest with you guys. If we're bringing in Nikola Vučević, if the question is whether he's starting or coming off the bench, what's better? I really believe that coming off the bench is way better simply because of the offensive presence he brings. He's playing against the second unit. He can ball out. And guys, it's only a one-year prove-it contract. If he gets bought out by Chicago, if it's not a trade, if he's bought out, he's probably going to accept maybe like $15, $16 million. You can give him a 2-year contract with the second year being a player option at $5.5 million a year, the biannual exception. He's making more than what he'll be making this year when you give him that money. There's no state taxes here in Florida, and it's a bet yourself and double down year. Here's the thing, guys. A lot of teams don't have cap flexibility. So Vucevic can come to the Heat for just one season with a player option, ball out, show that he is a player that's willing to work with the team. That's another thing teams look for, you guys. They want a player that's, you know, showing that they can work well with you. So if they're able to do that, I don't see why Vuce wouldn't take that and come off the bench. Now, if he starts and Kel'el Ware comes off the bench, I still think it could work. But I love Ware and Bam starting simply because of the defensive presence they both bring, and you know this is going to be the lineup moving forward. So I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. Do you think the Miami Heat can sell Nikola Vučević coming off this team and coming off the bench? Or do you think it's better if he starts at center? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Rest in peace to Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, Rick Dillinger, the guy that wrote the song, The Real American. There's so many people that have been passing away. I can't remember his name, but Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Malcolm, Jacob, I can't remember his name, but I want to send my condolences to all the families out there. Death is a very difficult situation. It's not something that we're all comfortable with, but I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of God, and I believe that when you have God in your heart, when we leave this place, we're on somewhere better. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we are pushing to 7,000 subscribers. We're close. I got 400 and something subscribers over the last 2 days. You guys are the real GOATs. Thank y'all so much. And until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that is enough said.